Evening,
Evening, Tom. How are you?
Very well, thank you. All the better for being joined by you here live on the social media as well. If you're listening, you can send us a message on the videos. You can WhatsApp us 01437 764455 or drop us a message on the mobile app, whatever's easiest for you. A busy weekend of sport. Gordon, what have you been keeping your eyes on?
Well, it's been a feast of rugby on the TV that I've actually been watching. The World Cup, the two semi-finals were excellent viewing. England nearly beat the Box, but a last-ditch kick by Pollock scuppered their effort. So we've got a New Zealand-South Africa final to look forward to now.
It's going to be quite an intriguing one. New Zealand, other than their first loss against France, scoring tries for fun. It looks like if you look at their scores up after that match, they've been well into double figures and tens of figures. So it'll be interesting to see what they bring to the table against the Box, who seem to manage the game really well, regardless of who they're up against.
Oh yeah, they are the current world champions. To be fair, England will be kicking themselves. They had a great opportunity to have beaten them at the weekend. Owen Farrell kicked very well at goal. Possibly his discipline let England down a little bit when he had something to say to the referee, who moved the one penalty 10 yards closer to the post.
Indeed, yeah.
Also, the controversial last scrummage. I know nothing about scrummaging, to be honest with you, Tom. But when I looked at the aerial shot, it did look to me, in England's defence, that the South African prop was boring in. But there you go. I don't know. The referee gave the penalty, and fair play to Pollock. He stroked it from the halfway line like he was kicking it just from the 22. And that was the end of that. But to be fair to England, I know Welsh fans are delighted that they're out of the World Cup, but they certainly did put up a decent effort in that semi-final where the Box were hot favourites.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And yeah, it sets us up for a wonderful final. No surprises, though, which is a bit disappointing in a World Cup. It's nice to have some outliers in there, and Argentina just didn't quite make it, did they, Fraser?
No, they didn't. No, Argentina way off the ball against New Zealand, actually, men against boys for most of that. And yeah, the rising in the Northern Hemisphere, this World Cup was billed out, wasn't it? Ireland is the number one team, France is the number two, but the more things change, the more they stay the same, it seems.
Yeah. And how was your sporting week then, Fraser?
Yeah, very mixed, Tom. I was up in Swansea on Saturday for the visit of Leicester in the Championship. Swansea actually took the lead in that. We're leading right on the stroke of half-time. Leicester, very good team, though. I can see them going up as champions with room to spare. Actually, they kept attacking at us in waves. You bring in Kylian Iniacho, a Premiership-proven striker of Manchester City, no less. You're taking him off the bench in the Championship in the second half. Shows their depth. Old Jamie Vardy still running around there. So Leicester deserved 3-1 winners, that has to be said. And then on Sunday, that was actually the calmer affair. Sunday, I was down Caerelin for Hafrus County under-8s against Cambrine and Clydach under-8s.
Good result, wasn't it?
It was a good result for the under-8s, yes. They did win both games. There was a few interesting challenges from kids that age, but we'll talk about that again, I think.
Amazing. And in fact, we're gonna stick with football, actually. Because the Senior Cup, or some of the Senior Cup matches were played over the weekend. We've already heard from Ben John, Rocky. And I just said off air, in fact, also good evening, Stephen Price, who's joined us on YouTube. I've just said off air, a big surprise. And both of you were kind of like, well, not really. Gordon, do you want to just summarise for us?
Well, let's be fair. Hakin United, they are a good side. They were one of the cup favourites, but you can't be too disrespectful to Clarbeston Road, who've been to a couple of finals over recent seasons. They suffered a heavy defeat in 2018 against Hakin, 7-1 on the Meadow. So they were looking to get a little bit of revenge for that particular result. I'm sure Matthew Ellis, Matthew Fox, and the boys were all fired up for that one. And they got a good result, to be fair. Ben getting the winner in the second half. And Clarbeston Road hung on while the Vikings peppered their goal. And, it's 2-1 to Clarby, and they're through to the second round.
And what was interesting listening to Rocky as well is that now that one of the favourites is out, that they want to go on a proper full cup run, but also where they want to finish in the league is buoyed by this as well.
Yeah, of course. They looking very odds on now at the moment for that third place. They really have to. What a difficult start, actually. Look, Derby have been a solid team for a long time now. Gordon mentions 2018, actually the year before. They'd actually got one promotion in 2017 and lost a senior cup final that year to Merlin's Bridge while still a Division 2 team. Actually stunned Goodwick in the semi-final 2-1. I know Rocky was joking there, he wouldn't want Goodwick in the next round. So like, they're a dangerous side. They're a solid side. They've got a good club spirit there. They're well coached. You'd never rule Clarby out. And they'll probably feel they've got a bit of unfinished business in this competition as well. We've talked about those back-to-back final defeats. The first one against Merlin's Bridge was a 50-50 game, to be honest, irrespective of the fact that they were in a different league. And of course, the Hakin one, they were outclassed that day. And I imagine there's a couple of regrets about the goal from the scoreline that day as well. So no, I wouldn't rule Clarby out in the league. I can't see them mounting a serious challenge on Goodwick and Hakin in that. If I'm honest, I can see them certainly pushing for a top 3 place and even finishing third. But in the Senior Cup, they're a dangerous side.
Yeah. And what are the results then from the Senior Cup that surprised you? There was one large score over down an Angle there.
Yeah, Angle, of course, been wielding for a couple of years now under Andrew Thomas, haven't they? After sadly pulling out a few years ago, and Milford United went down there and did a professional job on them. And you do have to, because it's sometimes you do get these trips in the Senior Cup. You do have to keep focused. You do have to go to lesser teams, especially with the weather a bit iffy it's been the last couple of weeks. So yeah. No problems for Milford there. And Pennar as well, putting away Pendine 7-0. Pendine going all right in Division 3. So professional job from Pennar too. But Tenby Kilgetty was the one I had my eye on. Actually, I thought that was, of course, Kilgetty, recent finalists themselves. Tenby going well this year. 2 teams could potentially have a good run in that. I believe Tenby actually semi-finalists last year, Cord, have I got that right?
Correct, yeah.
And they're winning 3-2. So, in Kilgetty and Hakin, you've got 2 potential contenders out there.
Yeah, it leads to, even though we're very early, it makes it very exciting very soon on. And this is only half the fixtures. There's still more upcoming. But I was looking at Carew. It was only last week that we were talking about Carew. Are they achieving where they should be and bouncing? Because I think they lost last weekend, didn't they? And they bounced back just as you two predicted they would. Gordon, what do you think that they've got anything to worry about?
No, Carew have been around for quite a few seasons. Shouldn't say it, but they're probably the nearly club, at this moment in time. They need to get over that finishing line. They've still got boys that are capable, even though they've lost a few of their players that have gone to Tenby. Tenby will now be screaming at the screen that they're our players, There you go. But at the end of the day, Carew are always a good football side. They're very competitive, and they've got some really good players. I mean, Marcus Griffiths, ex-Welsh League, half West County, he's playing for them. He's captain. Sean Whitfield, and Tom, who you have on with the cricket. Tom, I've forgotten his surname. That's terrible.
Tom Davis, Bala, the goalkeeper. Yeah.
Tom in goal is solid as well. They're a good side. They are a good side, and they're capable of beating any team on their given day as well. So Carew will improve as the season goes on. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, and then to round off the fixtures so far, St Clair's 1, Nayland 2. Nayland will be pleased to progress through, and it's luck of the draw as to who's next then.
Yes, they needed that. Nayland. They've been struggling in Division 1, haven't they? And St Clair's obviously down in Division 2 now, so that'll be maybe morale boosting. But to be honest, I think their primary goal at the moment will be staying up in Division 1. I can't see them mounting too big a challenge, but if they're honest, if I'm honest, it's more survival will be the name of the game for them.
Yeah, and then as we mentioned, Senior Cup split over the weekends now, and we've got some tasty fixtures to look forward to. You got them there, Fraser?
Yes, I have actually. Well, we have actually Division 1 as well, don't we? Merlin's Bridge at home to Hakin, Tenby, Clarby. Pennar, Nayland, Kilgetty, Milford. So big day in Division 1, but you're right, there is Senior Cup now, just going through them here. St Ishmael's playing Fishguard. St Ishmael's now back down in 2. Fishguard, another team, although they pushed Goodwick all the way. I see on Saturday, Gord, to be fair, but
yeah, they do.
Again, in need of a bit of momentum and in need of a bit of victory. And then Moncton Swifts at home to Hundleton. Obviously, Hundleton reforming a local derby there, but you'd expect Moncton to win that pretty comfortably. And then you've got some of the lower league teams with a chance, haven't you? Just looking through your Manorbier versus Cosheston, Havergrove versus Milford Athletic. Look, you've got to remember in the Senior Cup, you're only 2 games away from a quarter final. So if you're lower league or not, if your draw's okay, you can go far. So it's a prestigious competition, but it's not one where you actually have to go too far to go deep in it. Yeah. So it's all worth it. It's worth these teams putting their eggs in their basket.
I think so. Then one fixture though, Rocky was saying he didn't want to draw against Goodwick. Well, Goodwick have got a barrier in their way first, and the former Broadhaven.
Well, and then you flare up from the youth team as well, I'm told.
then you lucky mascot running the line.
Go on, then talk us through it.
Oh,
you know you're dying to get it on.
Don't be embarrassed.
My long-awaited return to Peasy Park happened on the weekend, expecting to turn out for the seconds and having to help out the first, which was an honour, of course. And I've got on for 15, 20 minutes against Narberth, second in the division at the time. Narberth went 1 up after lack of communication at the back. And then Owen Gray, who I found out after hasn't scored for 5 years, with an absolute cork off his left foot coming in off the wing. He was playing the wing back. And struck it in from outside the box. And then I come on, and then of course we round the keeper and get another one as well. I had nothing to do with it. Full disclosure. It was good to see great absorbing of the pressure from Narberth, as you'd expect, being the second team there, and a little bit of momentum and get that morale up, ready for this fixture.
Survived a late red card as well, I believe.
A late red card and a dislocated shoulder. So all the best thoughts. So we finished with 2 men down, holding off there, and me in that left back position, holding on.
And that's really cool, and I agree with this as well. Great to see Owen Gray playing sport in it. Good, obviously after what transpired a good few years ago now with Steve Parker on the pitch, and then fantastic, a great story, that one.
It's amazing, like what an inspiration, and to carry on. So who knows? They might need a lucky mascot again against the top of Division 1.
Can't change a winning team, mate.
No, you can't. And then just very quickly, because we've got a little bit of time. Rugby over the weekend as well. I don't know how up to speed you are on the scores and what went ahead, but some big scores and some very close scores as well.
Yeah, Narberth is looking at Narberth and Brecon, still unbeaten in the championship there. Flying, though, Crimmock pushed them all the way. They're going well as well. A couple of agonising losses, actually. Whitland losing to Vellinvoyle by a point. Milford Haven losing in Pontefract by a point. They're both sort of games those two are going to be targeting Division 1 and Division 2 respectively. We had a few good moments, of course. I noticed a few Fishguard boys enjoying themselves in Paris. I think a few boys chanted their arms ahead of the Argentinian quarterfinal, to be honest, and made bookings. And there's quite a few people I noticed on the social media stuck out in Paris. They still seem to have a good time regardless. But taking shape now. Like I said, Tenby Fishguard called off, but Tenby lost a bit of ground because they're actually unbeaten so far. So then Carmarthen Athletics, their next league game, they want to make that up when they get back.
Yeah, and of course, Gordon looking lower down the divisions. Am I right in saying that both the Pembroke teams, even the one that's gone down divisions, not getting results?
No, I haven't got the scoreline in front of me. Fraser, what was the Pembroke result there, mate?
Pass you, Tom's kids.
So, Haverford to Pembroke Dot was 41-19.
I know Haverford beat the Quins by 40 odd points, and it probably wasn't as easy as Haverford West thought it was going to be. The Quins did battle hard, but in the end, Haverford West pack, I was told, was proved a little bit too strong for the Quins 8, and they got over the line comfortably in the end. Even though the first half was very competitively quite close, I was told. But also Pembroke, who have dropped down 2 divisions. Don't start moaning now, boys.
Yeah,
but, they got a good result as well. They're going quite well.
Yeah, they did.
And they should do as well.
20 points though. Does that surprise you?
It does, actually, in the weather, actually, that there was. Mangum wouldn't be too disappointed with that. They come away without a bonus point, which maybe missed out for the 4th try. But high-scoring game there. But, back to what Gordon was saying about Haverford there, obviously there's been talk about a little bit of team, or maybe their change of coach, and talk about discontentment. But the thing there with 15 points from 3 games maximum, they'll get their act together, and they're right in this title race. So them and Larne, I fancy. Larne went to St David's actually, and we're tested in the first half. Came away with 36-10 in the end. So Larne and Haverford West, Division 3 West, there are the 2 I expect to fight for the title.
Yeah, it was only a couple of weeks ago that you caught up with Nico Sotaro.
That's right,
and he was saying how just like the disappointment of not getting it last time round. So that's definitely what what they're going for. And of course, after this new coaching team with Snowy heading off to Narberth as well.
Yeah.
But as you say, it doesn't seem to be facing them.
No, and Randall leaving obviously earlier in the season, Randall Evans as well. That's been replaced now. I think Simon Lepetit took charge for Saturday. I don't know about their long-term plan moving forward, but look, they're a strong squad. First always have been. There'll be a strong squad in this league in particular, and if they keep their heads together and they keep focused, they'll be right up there.
Yeah. We're going to take a moment before the end of the show, we're going to be looking back over the career of Heather Warner. Heather Lewis, you may know her as from the athletics days. So she's decided to retire. So we're going to look at some of her achievements that she's had. And before then, we're going to be looking at a future Olympian from right here in Solva. Mikey Beckett was one of the first to be announced for Team GB next year. It's the Paris Olympics, but he's going to be nowhere near it, which makes me chuckle. So we're going to take a moment, and when we come back, we'll have a catch up with Olympian to be from right here from our shores, looking at the sailing. It's 20 minutes past 8 o'clock. If you want to get involved, then please do get in touch on the WhatsApp 01437 764455. We're on the mobile app, and we're live on social media where you'll be able to comment and interact with us in real time. Next, we've got a bit of spec for you.
Eaton-Evans and Morris Solicitors have traditional values, but they have a very modern approach to solving legal